from Houston, Texas, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Wedding MC Experience Podcast, a show that covers life, love, and drama to success, health, family, and relationships with your hosts, King Carl and Queen Misty. Ready for some fun? Let's get this episode started. King and Queen.
Yo, what up, people? That's right, y'all. You're rocking with us. I hope y'all are on. I hope everybody's on. Make sure y'all hit that share button immediately. That's right, y'all. It's King Carl and my beautiful, beautiful sidekick,
Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all. Listen, we're here and we're back. It's August 14th. You're halfway through August. It's 2019. I don't care what you do. You try to make something happen. This is the Wedding MC Experience, man, and we are excited, babe. We had a good 2 weeks, right?
We did.
Now we got to get ready to get the kids back in school. Right?
I'm not ready.
Shout out to all the parents out there going shopping or went shopping over tax-free weekend and got your kids something, broke your bank a little bit.
We missed that.
Yeah, we did miss it. I ain't lie. We had a whole lot going on, but we got one starting tomorrow, and then another one starting on
next Monday,
and the other one just gonna be at the house with you, Simone.
That's what he does.
That's right. So so we got 3 getting ready. If you got kids, man, hit them hearts or whatever. We understand what you all are going to. School is getting ready to start. Shout out to all the fellas out there and women. But that love football season is about to start. I said that like that. Y'all know how it go. For those that like football, we know that's getting ready to start, y'all. It's August. We are already getting ready to go into the last quarter of the year. Mm-hmm. If you have not gotten your dreams up and going, then I don't know what to tell you what to do. But let me tell you something. Speaking about dreams, we got somebody in the building living her dream. Definitely one of our close friends, the masterpiece herself, the queen. Y'all, Miss Edrina Newman.
Hey! Turn up. Yes.
She in here with us, you know. It was funny because like when me and Edrina talked today, you know, it was just kind of funny because I said, you know what, I say she need to be on the show to hang out with us. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. I was like, you know, people are mistaken sometimes to think that all the guests have to be married to be on here. No, that's not the case.
Right.
My whole thing is that regardless of what happens, if you are progressive in life, we know that one natural thing that happens is that everybody is looking for somebody to be able to share their life with eventually, right?
Absolutely.
So we just want to make sure we choose the right one when it's time and when that time really comes, right?
Right.
So this is a sister that's progressive. You know what I'm saying? She's attractive.
Oh,
she takes care of herself. She knows how to articulate. She knows how to maneuver and finesse with people.
Thank you.
She knows how to get out there and do her thug thizzle. But then I say, Edrina, we're here. And then Edrina says, okay, we're working on that.
Right.
So in the meantime, Edrina,
said no comment.
So I know, it's all good. We're going to talk about it tonight because there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of Edrina Newmans out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of them out there. I don't care what we do. We just want to make sure we get this shared information out here.
Right.
So in the meantime, so that people, you know, get a chance to really know you. There are people that meet you for the first time, and then there's some of your fans that are chiming in. But tell people, who is Edrina Masterpiece Newman?
I love how you say that. Who am I? Well, first of all, I am 39 years young.
Looking good. Tell your mama thank you.
Thank you, mama.
Yeah.
About to celebrate my 40th birthday. Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. That's a milestone.
Yes, it's a milestone.
Listen, y'all sitting out there acting like 40 is easy.
It's not.
40
it's
ain't
not.
easy. Shoot, she wrapping around the corner like, look, say something.
Yes, say something. That's right. So your girl's doing it big. I'm going to Dubai to celebrate my birthday. Bringing it in
Come
big.
on,
Dubai.
Yes.
And
Single.
Dubai and single.
I'm telling you, God is good, but you know, it's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. And why I say it's a choice is that you have to wait for the right one.
That's right.
When the right one comes into my life, you know, God will make it very clear.
Right.
Can't say that I haven't dated some that I actually thought would be somebody that I
Right.
would pursue a relationship with, but
Right.
it wasn't the right time or it wasn't the right one. So I respect it and I keep moving. And to me, the best way, they always say a billionaire is never, you know.
A billionaire.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
it.
that
Yeah.
You see
billionaire.
how she did that?
Billionaires.
You try to slide
I got
that
big
in.
goals.
You try to
Love
slide
it.
that in. I love how you try to do that. Listen, y'all, before she goes any further, I want to make sure y'all get a chance to know this. This is what we call the etiquette. The etiquette move is this. Take your thumb, if you're looking at your phone, and hit that share button.
Share,
If you're
share,
watching
share.
on your computer, take your mouse, if you have one. And if you don't have a touch screen, and make sure you hit that share button. Yes. I always tell people this, and I try to be a reminder that no matter what, people share a lot of stuff. Sometimes it has no value to add to people's lives. Right. But then when it's something that's valuable that should add to people's lives, people don't hit the share button. Right. So the show is doing great. Continue to hit that share button. I don't care what you do. Right. Make sure you know that in the Bible under King 1:1 it states, "Thou shalt not play or hateth thine."
King
people laugh at that. People laugh at that because I say maybe it might not be in your Bible, but it's in mine. We're going to rock with it, right?
Let's rock with it.
So listen, y'all, you're getting a chance to be able to know the masterpiece. She's in the building. But I do want to say this. We're going to talk about some things tonight. For some people it can be comfortable. Some people it can be uncomfortable. But tonight's topic, y'all. Keep hope alive. And I guess it's kind of fitting for Edrina because she's living her dreams. Yes. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, part of that dream is being able to share that. Yeah, absolutely. With somebody. I think that's always a great thing. And if you are kind of in their shoes a little bit in that same flow, we're saying that you keep hope alive. So let's start with being able to talk about some things. I chimed in earlier with my wife before the show, and I just said, man, it's really weird, but we're married, so let's try to look from a single person's perspective. I always say, how does it feel sometimes being looked over or not being noticed or approached? If we can ask you directly, but we also want to ask the people. I want to give this phone number out so y'all can make sure y'all chime in as well. But we're going to talk about it. The phone number is 936-585.
4627.
That's right. So y'all get a chance. Make sure y'all give us a call. Tristan said, "What up, Edrina?"
What up?
Tristan
what up, baby?
On there. So listen, we want to make sure y'all get a chance. Call in, man. We want to put you on the air. We want to make sure we hear your thoughts too. But the biggest thing about it is, how does it feel to know you're a great catch?
Wow.
And you keep getting looked over.
Jesus.
That's a deep concept.
Sometimes the look over is a blessing.
Can I give a high five?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
No.
Jesus.
Talk about it. I mean, but why? That's a great point. But why? What in what manner are you speaking from?
All aspects.
Right. Because sometimes you want something so bad, but sometimes it ain't what you need because the universe ain't giving it to you. So that's good.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And or you're at a point where you're still evolving. Because I always say, listen, sometimes we want some things when we really ain't ready. I always say, listen, man, when you raggedy, address your raggediness.
Right. You got to be honest.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people want something right now, but I always say, but if you got that right now from a technicality, you really ain't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's its own version of a responsibility. We say you are your first responsibility, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if you ain't taking care of that responsibility,
then how you gonna take care of a whole relationship, right? with somebody else?
Exactly.
And sometimes they need help,
right?
And I'll be like, wait a minute. I can only take care of this whole person right here.
That's right. That's right. It's a responsible note. So like when you think of yourself and you say that you feel like from a quality standpoint, you're pretty like engaged with who you are,
right?
As far as knowing who you are, your self-confidence, you're trying to balance your mind, body, and spirit,
right?
And at the same time, you feel like if men don't approach you a particular type of way, or if they do approach, I mean, is it the wrong way? Is it the right way? What challenges are you running into that may be part of why you're getting looked over?
Okay, let's talk about challenge. There's a couple of things that I want to tap on with what she said. First of all, one thing that I have to say on it is you got to love yourself first.
Yes.
Heal yourself first before you try to engage in a relationship. A lot of times we jump into other relationships to heal from something and you're not ready.
Right.
You're just trying to cover up a wound, right?
That's right.
So sometimes what I say to people, when you are not in a relationship at that time, God is just preparing you for your king.
That's right.
He's making sure that you have all the qualities, because women all the time say, I want a rich, I want this, I want that. Well, baby, let me ask you, have you looked in the mirror yet? You say you want a fit man. Are you fit? You say you want a wealthy man. Are you wealthy? Because usually these people that are successful want a successful mate. Yeah. Nobody wants to carry anybody, right? So what I have to ask my people is, are you really prepared for what you're praying for?
That's right.
Are you able to give back?
That's right.
Are you able to not just be arm candy, but be at their side and you both grow together?
Arm candy.
Yeah, because a lot of people's like, I just want to be somebody's arm candy.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Why?
You're more than that.
Right. You're intelligent.
That's right.
You have things going for yourself. So stand up, be the queen God gave you and created you to be.
That's right.
And allow God to bring that king into your life at the right time. If it doesn't work, because sometimes we're introduced to people, great people, but some things it just doesn't work.
Right.
You can end up being really good friends after it, but you don't want to force something that's not organic.
I agree with that.
Right?
I agree.
Agreed.
So,
And so sometimes, so the saying, if it don't fit.
Don't force it.
right.
If it don't fit, don't force
Hey,
it.
hey.
Relax and let it go.
Hey.
Right. So people, because people like to force.
Right.
And I think that from again a biblical standpoint, they say things come into your life for a season,
And a reason.
right? And then and sometimes things come into your life for a lifetime, right? So from a technicality, I think that there are people that are in relationships that are prolonging them from the great ones.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because like like you've already realized that this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about what I desire and what I need in order to be able to keep me strong in this. And you realize that, but you still won't make the executive decision to say, listen, we don't need a reason to part ways. I've just realized that this is
Not where we need to be.
right. And so we can be friends. Let's,
Right.
but there are
But
some
a
people
lot
that
of
won't
people
have that
feel
hard conversation.
obligated to stay
Stay.
in
Right.
They fight for it.
Right.
They
Well,
fight for it.
because of how they interpret investing.
Right.
You know what
Time
I'm saying?
that they
people
put in,
feel like
months,
yeah,
years.
that's right. That's right.
Why start over? The grass is not greener on the other
That's right.
side. Everybody's going to have an issue. Sometimes I would say, a lot of times people say, whose stuff are you willing to deal with? Because everybody's going to bring baggage to
Yes,
the
they are.
table.
Yes, they are.
So
Agreed.
what are you willing to deal with?
That's right.
right.
Are they willing to deal with your baggage as well?
Yeah, yeah, and I always say, it's a mirror effect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes when you get a chance to really, be at a point where you're always pointing the finger, I always say flip the mirror around, and then look at thyself.
Right.
So it's like before you start pointing the finger, reverse that joint. It's a
Yes.
boomerang effect.
Or
You know,
how many fingers are pointing back at you?
Right.
When you point,
that's
literally you've
right.
got three fingers
The
pointing
3
back at you.
That's right.
Come on.
Oh yes, all the
right.
time. I
That.
tell people all the
That's
time.
right.
So
Yes.
tell me, a lot of times we have women empowerment events, and I love being around other ladies so that we can just talk about issues.
Right.
Because I will say, in our community, we try to front and say put
Yes.
on the
Yes.
put on the smoke screen a lot of times on the camera and take the beautiful
right.
pictures, the right angles, and
That's
my
right.
happy life. Y'all know I'm happy.
Right.
BS.
Right.
You're hurting inside.
We talked about that in the
Yes.
last episode.
Right.
No, that's right.
So when we get in an environment where we take those shields down and we really able to talk about life, that's when we realize, you know what, sister, you're going through the same thing I'm going through, or
That's right.
I just got through going through that. Sometimes we go through things not for ourselves,
Right.
but to help
Help
another
other
one
people.
get through.
That's right.
Right?
No transparency.
Yes.
Yeah. So lack of and I think we talked about that on the last show too. We just talked about, people buying fakeness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Golly, man. And just imagine that. Somebody's purchasing that. How would you feel if you bought a fake Gucci? Well, that's probably a bad example, but or a fake,
No.
a fake.
Stop
I
it.
know, right? Y'all gonna get that later. I know some people like, what do you mean? Don't worry about that. Just re-listen to the show, share it with somebody. Maybe they'll bring you up to date. In the meantime, y'all listening to the Wedding MC Experience, y'all. I'm King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
That's right. And we got our guest in the building, Miss Edrina, Masterpiece Newman. Y'all sit
Yes.
tight right quick. We're going to definitely give you a chance to be able to check out a little bit of something about the Wedding MC, and we'll be right back. Hold tight. We'll be right back. What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, a.k.a. the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like is I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. I sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom. And they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families.
This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them.
So So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC. Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
This is the Wedding MC Experience. Podcasting around the world. The hosts and their guests share their experiences so you can get insights to the secrets of how to stay together.
That's right, y'all. We're back. The Wedding MC Experience. If you're just tuning in, y'all, we are talking about keeping hope alive tonight. Yes. And keeping hope alive is for my people out there that are single and great. You doing great stuff with yourself. You love who you are. You are saying, listen, man, I ain't missing nothing being in a relationship because it's too much damn responsibility. I respect you. In the meantime, we still going to say it to you. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Power to the people. In the meantime, we're just addressing those things tonight because we do want to talk to some people, not necessarily about getting in a relationship, but definitely, how you maintain your businesses and all this. I wanted to ask Edrina, I don't know if the people really know. What are some of the things you're known for doing? Because I call you definitely the fitness guru, but I want you to be able to talk about it.
Well, fitness guru is definitely something. I've been doing fitness for over 19 years now. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Yes. I travel all over the world doing motivational speaking, women empowerment events.
Yep.
Now we're about to open a nutrition club. So God is good.
Man, you better say that.
Yes.
Where's it going to be? What we doing?
Let me tell you, we're going to be right across the street from West Oaks Mall, right off of Highway 6 and Westheimer. So the actual address is 2681 Highway 6 South. There's a Verizon right beside us. It's being built out right now. When I tell you guys, this is going to be the bar of the bars.
She's excited about it. I love it.
I'm so excited.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm telling
you don't need to be with no man that's going to kill that excitement.
No,
you know what?
That's what they do. Why y'all got to open it way out there?
The right
one, like, man, we opening this joint.
The right one will support. I care. But I tell you, the great thing about this nutrition bar, we're going to make fitness, living a healthy lifestyle so much fun for people where they're not even going to think about it. They're going to make this the it place. We're going to have so many different events where people just come out. We're going to have karaoke. We're going to have food trucks come out. We're going to have fitness classes, just getting into the community and building relationships. We've lost the touch of just touching people's lives with love, a high five. You look great today. Just because I gave you a compliment doesn't mean I want to fall in love with you. Doesn't mean I want to be intimate with you. What I want to do is share my energy with you, my light and love with you, so that you can be a better person and want to strive for greatness in life. Yeah. That's what this place is going to be about. That's on top of having the best shakes and the best energy teas in the world.
Say something.
A shake with a shake, baby. Twerk.
You better shake it. You better shake. Listen, if you've never experienced Edrina in action, listen. Yes. I love doing some of her dances and aerobics and music. Listen, one reason why is because it's fun. Yeah. She's engaging.
Yes, she is.
Right? You know what I'm saying? She always smiling. People be trying to creep out. She's talking about, where you going? Where you going? Come back here. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that it's law. It's just the fact that some people be like, oh, Lord Jesus. But then she's like, get that body moving, get that blood flowing. She's like our version of the new Richard Simmons.
Absolutely.
The female version.
Yes.
Let's go, ladies.
Let's go get those buns rolling.
Yes.
All of it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, let me tell you something, man. Listen, if this woman is finna turn 40,
yes,
missing not
40,
not far from you.
Yes,
that's right.
Absolutely. It's just a number,
What's that,
baby.
F cubed?
It's just a number. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna show y'all.
You know you're showing
people
us.
still card me. They say you don't look a bit over 25.
Hey,
like, yes, baby. Mm-hmm.
I always tell your mama thank you.
I did. Thank
you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, y'all. At the end of the day, I always say this. Listen. Anytime you can run into to people who are progressive in what they believe in, that means they don't worry about whether or not anybody else believes in it or not. You will eventually But the fact of the matter is, if she believes in what she's doing and where she's going,
Yes.
Nobody can stop her.
Amen.
Can't
Hello.
nobody
Touch and agree.
stop
Amen.
it.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yes.
can't nobody stop it. And I know that there are a lot of you all out there. Again, the phone number is 936-585-4627. Y'all give us a shout. You know, some fellas out there, man, y'all want to holler at Edrina, give us a shout. We just want to talk tonight, man. I think the biggest thing is keeping hope alive is a very, very, passive statement, but it's a very meaningful statement.
Absolutely.
Because one of the things that people can do as we get older is start to be at a point where we feel like, maybe that's not going to happen in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I always say it happens in the right time.
Right.
What
Absolutely.
you got to say, Queen?
Yes, it does happen in the right time.
Misty is, Queen
I had
Misty
to
is.
get my words together because I was going to say
You-
something.
you-
What
say
you gonna
it.
say, Misty?
Go ahead and say it.
Come
baby.
on, baby. Come on.
Say what you say.
Some people, they're just not ready for relationships.
Well,
Ever.
they don't know that
Some
though,
people,
until they're in it. Some people don't know until they're in it. Because like some people.
you know you raggedy before you get into a relationship.
I understand that, but let me tell you this. So what happens is that's completely true.
Like-
But what happens is based
Somebody
on
sent me a heart. That's
Ba-
what I'm talking
based
about.
on- yeah.
That was an amen.
They like
amen.
Mr. Keep It Real. So me, I'm the person that's a diplomat. I'm gonna look at things from a wider perspective.
My perspective wasn't
no,
wide.
because you go in on people.
Oh.
I go in, but after I see it from a roundabout, standpoint. And listen to this: society, y'all, boxes us in.
Agree.
And if we celebrate, I think Edrina and I were talking about this. If you celebrate like birthdays, you celebrate when you got your first car, you celebrate, when you have a child, you celebrate, all of those things. Sometimes marriage is considered their milestone, and everybody's not built for it, but they want to do it.
Right.
And I always say it's an option. You don't have to do it. So
Right.
there are some people who won't be great in relationships at all, and they know they're not ready for them. But girl, I'm 40 now. This is what I need to be.
Okay,
I'm saying
so
those type of
they're-
things come
Right.
into play,
Right.
And they
They
make a
do.
choice,
That's
not
because-
necessarily based on.
They don't know who they are.
Oh, of
Absolutely.
course.
Insecure.
That's the problem.
That's right. Insecurities. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Right.
That fuels it. That's probably something that perpetuates it. But at the end of the day, that's the majority of the world. Because I always say you got 99%ers and 1%ers.
Right.
99% of the world looks to retire. 1% will die doing what they love to do. And it's always upside down like that because most of the world is comfortable being comfortable. I don't believe in comfortability. You know what I'm saying? When things get
Gotta
comfortable, I get
uncomfortable.
scared.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit.
You
We're
gotta
gonna
get
have to figure something
uncomfortable.
out. Right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you should be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that, some of us, and again, we're not taught that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
we
we're not.
grow up in a philosophical world that says, hey, go to college, get a degree, sit down, and be comfortable.
Right. Right. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Wow.
My wife. So that's what you're gonna talk about on your next segment. But she's back. She's into fitness and stuff too, and she's back now.
Looking
She,
fabulous, by the way.
The
Thank
kids,
you.
Yes.
she's doing her thing, and it inspires me. It's like, well, baby, shit, I'm finna jump in that with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we go through ebbs and flow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you own and cracking,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you hit a bump and a bruise, and then you know what I'm saying? And you get in this ditch and a little funk. You're just like, man. And you making excuses. You're doing all the things that we say,
And
but
that
it's
can
not to
last
be
for
ridiculed.
years.
It's to say that you get back on that
The
horse.
horse.
again,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
So people are trying to figure this life thing out, and it becomes real. It becomes very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there are people that they won't be great in relationships, and they know that they don't need to be in them, but they feel like time is winding down, and
Or they don't want to be left alone.
they don't want to be left alone.
Yeah, they feel like there's nothing out there for them, so they settle.
That's right.
And I think nowadays people are cool with being side pieces. Right.
Right.
I
That's
don't
becoming
understand
a
that
thing.
part.
Man,
be
we're
able
gonna
to
have
do
to
it.
talk about that thing. I think that's great too. I think we got interrupted a little bit, Zeke. I don't know. It's saying live feed interrupted. In the meantime, one of the things I say is this: don't do what other people do. Do what you know you need to do.
Yes.
Because I always say the betterment that you have in your hands or in your palm is making decisions for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you make decisions and you live your life, predicated on what other people think and
For
all that kind
other
of stuff, you're
people.
gonna always be unhappy.
Right.
Always.
Always be
Yeah.
unhappy.
Always be unhappy.
That's a natural thing
Right.
because that means you're making decisions and you're doing things that you really don't want to do.
right.
And there are people that do that. They choose who they're going to be married to. They choose what they're going to purchase. They choose, what they're going to do business wise. Nothing has nothing to do with your skill set and your talent, but you just want to do it because you want people to like you or something to define you. That's crazy,
Absolutely.
and that's what people do.
Right.
So my whole thing is this. I want to ask this other question too, so we can make sure we touch on this. when dating, those that are trying to find people, and let's just say people kind of older and they start dating or whatever, does lying become a deal breaker?
Okay, so let me say this: are you caught in the lie? That can be a deal breaker. Now, I appreciate, and I wish more people would do this, because some people feel like they should already give an answer before the answer is given.
Okay.
Be honest with what's going on in your life.
Right.
Give a person the opportunity to choose whether or not they want to deal with
I
it.
agree with that.
Because if you start the foundation on a lie, you can't build anything from that.
I agree.
And once they find out the truth, it's really done.
I agree.
So recently, I will say this. I won't even say recently. There was a time when somebody told me something very, very, I say, intimate.
Okay.
Something that people probably don't need to know, but they shared it with me. And I had a choice to make. Either I wanted to continue to talk to them or end it.
Okay.
And I made my decision. And I appreciated them giving me the opportunity to make that decision.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let me make that decision. You never know which direction it's going to go. Don't always assume the negative.
Right.
Because if you assume the negative, then you're going to get the negative. But
right.
if you start on a foundation of truth, you can only rise from that.
That's
Only
right.
rise.
I agree.
Yes.
So here's the thing: when people meet each other, 9 times out of 10 they're not being completely transparent. But as they start to grow and evolve and really start to say, this seems like somebody I can really trust with some vital information, so to speak, and they start relinquishing a little bit more and more, whatever the case may be, and they run into an aspect of where they know they told them something earlier in the relationship that was a lie, and then they happen to tell you about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you're building, trying to be able to move forward, and now people are trying to address some of those things. How do you react then?
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's that foundation.
Yes.
You start, so now that person feels like, okay, well, what if I lie about something? Like I got a free pass to lie about something in the future. So since you already lied and I forgive you, when I go mess with so-and-so, and if you find out, I'm cool for that. So it's just a real.
That's
so
jacked
you
up.
thought, that does happen. And that's tit for
it
tat.
does.
But,
It's tit for
but
tat.
here's the thing.
That's petty Betty. That's not really. You're not
Petty Betty.
yeah,
Right.
You're not
let me
really
ask you
trying.
this then, sweetie.
You didn't really forgive them
Okay.
for that lie
Right.
until you went and did your dirt.
Okay.
That's not.
And then it's going to continue to go back and forth,
Yeah,
back and forth.
That's not good.
It's damaged.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, the variable that I put in that is that you're getting older.
Yeah.
You've been through
So
several relationships.
if you
So-
much older and you still can't be transparent up front, something wrong with you.
Well, let me say this, but you're getting older.
And it also depends on the situation. What did you lie about? What it was it?
True.
Was it something little?
So that's what I'm saying.
It's like,
So-
why
so-
did you
so-
lie about
so-
this?
So technically, lying is a deal breaker.
Yes. Lying is a deal breaker for me.
Because here's the thing.
I can't do it.
Here's the thing. I get it. I'm with you. Here's the thing. The reality is this: that people are not transparent initially. However, they're constantly a work in progress and they're trying to be better. So what happens is sometimes inside of developing a relationship, people say things that they probably either don't mean or is untrue. I'm just saying this does happen. And then they recount it, and it may be months later, and you are being judgmental based on it. And I'm not saying you as in y'all two, but I'm saying as the receiver of that information. Because here's the thing. Even if you're at a space in your life to say, I'm just going to be completely transparent, from here on out, that person might not be in that space, but after being around you and growing with you, they want to be better at that. So my whole thing is that because relationships evolve.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? They're
agree.
never the same as they were when you first met, right?
Right.
And they never, I don't care if it's mind, body, and spirit, they just never are. 10 years later, you're like, damn, I don't even like that stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just they evolve.
Grow.
And I think that people are selective about what evolves. You know what I'm saying? And
Agreed.
now if a person is just a compulsive liar, and that's just something that they do,
But there's
then
so
then
many.
it's one thing to be like you are saying right now, being boxed in. But I'm saying as you get older, I mean, your maturity, people's maturity levels grow at a slower rate. And I'm not saying, I'm playing the devil's advocate, I'm not saying I would be okay with it, but I'm saying let's look at it from a more broader standpoint, a more macro level understanding. Because no matter what, there are people that are out there who are probably in relationships right now that started from not a true aspect. Very
This is true.
You get what I'm saying?
And
so
they
and now they
can't
want to
share.
come clean, but they're like
don't
they're
know how
hearing
that
y'all's
person
comments,
is gonna
and they're like, well, you know what, man, well, just let bygones be bygones. Let
Well,
them
you
lie,
got to
stay
take
alive.
that chance, bruh. You made that decision when you started, so now you gotta put your big boy draws on and make that decision.
So here's the thing, but he or she is not the same person that they were when they started the relationship.
That's
They've
true.
evolved and grown, so now they're going to be judged
So
as
then
if they
it's
are the
up
same.
to the person that they're
Right.
with to
My point exactly.
choose whether they want to stay in it or not.
I agree.
If they've seen their growth from where they were in the beginning
Yeah.
to now, then they can decide that.
I agree.
But if they've continued to lie, leave that alone.
Right. So if the person doesn't accept who they are and what they're saying, then at this particular point now, the person just has to learn the lesson from that, right?
Yeah.
And kind of move on. And that's so unfortunate
For
Again.
them, because that's what they chose to
I
do.
agree. I agree.
It was a choice.
Life is all about choices.
Choices.
You
It is.
you have I've been saying this since high school. Like life is always about choice. You decide
is.
to do the wrong stuff. You
It is.
decide to do the right.
It is.
Like you have an option.
And when people do that, when people don't tell the truth or don't tell the truth about something that may be a very important issue, sometimes they do it because they're afraid of being rejected.
Yes, rejection is a big thing.
It's a big thing, and they do it because but it's also a bad thing because it cheats the other person from being able to make a decision. They made a decision predicated on something that you said, and that wasn't right. It's like you coerced them.
Right.
So I see it from both standpoints. I think hey, we'd love to hear from y'all, man, because listen, you people out here, I know y'all got a lot of comments. 936-585-4627. Y'all, we're going to take a break for a minute, but make sure you get that number again. Zeke, he already put it in the comments, and he pinned it, 936-585-4627. Y'all hold tight. We'll be right back.
Yes.
What is the wedding MC? I'm glad you asked. Well, first of all, I am not a DJ. I don't play records. I am a master of ceremonies, one who truly moves the crowd. The wedding MC is the most extraordinary personality that will light up the crowd, entertain your guests, and make your wedding reception as fabulous as it deserves to be. With over 450 wedding receptions successfully completed and over 10 years of experience in the wedding industry, you can be rest assured that I know exactly how to deliver your dream wedding reception. From our very initial contact, I'll go the full length to understand the goals of your wedding reception and make sure the preparation is delicate through shared ideas so that you are provided with the perfect wedding reception. This will be memorable for all of your guests. As an incredibly passionate, experienced, and dedicated MC, I prefer meeting with my clients in person and being able to comfort you with a feel of my level of experience, energy, and personality. You can have all the bells and whistles, the tallest cake, the most adorable tuxedo and wedding gown, but if you want a reception where people enjoy themselves so much that they tell everyone they know, then you need the wedding MC. It can make the difference between having a reception or having a spectacular reception. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your special night while I take care of providing you and your guests with an evening you all won't ever forget. Get your wedding booked today at theweddingmc.net or call 323-834-8962. Remember, your reception, my voice. Your atmosphere, my personality. The Wedding MC.
The fake one.
Yeah.
What's
Yo,
oh.
we got Mr. Flavors going on. Babe, what you got to talk to people about today?
I am talking to y'all about water, the importance of water. What's wrong?
no,
You
I was
gonna
gonna share it.
Don't
We
worry
go
about it.
ahead. All right.
Y'all, I done messed up my share.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, water. The best way to decide or how much water you need is take half of your weight and divide it by 2 and then turn that into ounces. That's how much water you need to drink.
Yes.
So, the more you weigh, the more water you need to intake. When you start losing weight, you got to drink less water. It's that easy.
Real talk.
And you can do teas. If you do that counts as your water. You can do lemon water, ginger water, all of that counts as your water intake. So my water intake is 64 ounces. Yeah, I've been doing 64 ounces. Whew, it's real gangster. I have one of them jars that tells you the time, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. I think that's what it is, and it's really great. So water helps with to flush out your body. It helps clear up your skin, constipation, headaches. You guys, please start incorporating water. I also want to talk about water when you get in the shower. Because our skin is our largest organ, our skin absorbs everything. So even in the shower, you need to add a water filter, a shower filter to your shower. And I say that because of the chemicals in the water affect your body. So you're absorbing all of those chemicals. And that's another reason why you get out the shower ashy.
Extra ashy.
I'm just saying.
You walking through, you like, damn, bro, stop following you.
Oh my God.
Ash.
So 2 of the top chemicals in our water is chlorine and sodium fluoride. Yes, I'm going to talk about fluoride for a second.
Oh. Yeah,
only
because,
only for a second. Because my toothpaste, I don't use toothpaste for fluoride. See? Yeah. See these teeth?
Yeah.
They're perfectly fine.
And they eat apples.
So when I went to the dentist, I took...
My baby be crunching on apples. I was like, damn, my apple don't sound like that. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess up your segment. Go ahead. I just thought
I'm
I'd throw
not
that
listening
in.
to you. I took my toothpaste to the dentist because I told him I don't use fluoride. And he was like, oh, okay, well, what do you have against fluoride? I said, well, since we need such a minimal amount, I think I get enough of that in my shower.
Huh.
He said,
and I was in the background going, but. Booyaka.
This was from my dentist. Now, I'm not going to tell you who it was. He said, you know what? You're right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, go on, clean these teeth.
That's right. That's right. So even he said it. I like how that screen froze on your eyes.
Oh, did it? It's all right.
Did you now, Edrina, you want to say something about water?
Well, your body is made up of 2/3 of water.
Okay.
So I will tell you this: a lot of times people don't like to drink water because they say they feel like they're peeing like a racehorse. But actually, that's when you know that you're drinking enough water. A couple of things you want to notice when you go to utilize the restroom: if you smell your urine, that means you do not have enough water in your system. You should not be smelling your urine.
What does that smell?
That I know, right? Another thing is the color of your urine. Now, if it's a stingent yellow and it's cloudy, that means you don't have enough water in your system. It should be pretty clear, okay? If it's a neon color, that's normally that you're taking your vitamins. So you just got to be able, if it's purple or blue, go see the doctor like yesterday.
Yes,
okay?
The emergency room.
Immediately, okay?
Immediately.
And people are like, Edrina, purple and blue. I'm so serious. Purple and blue. So just look that information up. But again, it helps with your bowel movements, making it softer and everything. Because y'all know sometimes it get a little rough in there. So
because you're not eating enough greens.
Exactly. So I mean, there's plenty of reasons, and there's fun ways to actually drink the water. Now, when she said the teas, I was like, oh, I know one of my friends about to tell me about the Kool-Aid and then the other stuff. No,
Kool-Aid.
she was not talking about that.
Herbal teas.
Yeah.
Herbal teas.
Yeah.
Like dandelion tea.
Right.
Like
Right.
red raspberry leaf tea.
Hello?
Like those type of teas.
Not red wine.
Not Lipton.
Right.
Man, yeah. Exactly.
Right. Like I need y'all to please.
Right. Because I'm going to get that tonight. I can feel it in my inbox. She said I can drink. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
that is
no.
not.
That's
Well,
not
I'm
what I
glad
meant.
you got some clarity.
Yes.
Herbal teas.
Yes.
There you go.
Tell them, baby. Because, boy, they be in there talking about, man, I'm finna go get that Lipton.
With all the sugar.
All of it.
Y'all, that's Mr. Flavors, y'all. Just so that y'all know, definitely the wife is always cognizant. You'll see, you see my little brown skin? You'll see me change up a little bit. She does my soap. She puts my soap together.
I'm trying. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, when we coming? Come on.
She don't be on me like that, but at the same time, she be on me.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
She's like, well, I'm about to go. All right, well, I'm coming.
I'm like,
So, yeah.
okay.
Right. All right, I hold it down. So it's all good. I'm telling you, just watch. I'm gonna be back down. Be back down like I'm supposed to.
You going to?
I'm working it out. I'm gonna be up in Edrina's class.
Hey,
I'm
let's go. Fire me up.
I'm gonna be all up
Love
in there.
it.
So fellas, listen. If I can admit it, you can too. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Thou shalt not play or hate a thing. Remember. In the meantime, y'all are tuned into the Wedding MC Experience, y'all. That's right. You all, just to let you all know, those that are saying, man, I want to go. I need to drive right quick. Well, if you can, you will be able to listen to the show, and you can hear it on all your podcast platforms. We will tell y'all those a little bit later in the show. We'll tell you a little bit about more in a minute. But in the meantime, we're going to get ready for Q&M. So y'all sit tight while we hit this break. And Misty, go get them margaritas together. We'll see y'all in a minute. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, there are DJs that might MC at a wedding, but they don't do what I do.
We're running about 20 minutes behind, y'all. Go.
If you know somebody getting married, they need me. They don't know they need me yet. All you got to do is get them in touch with me. Once we introduce you all and all that wedding party, once we knock these shows, they'll forget that we're running behind. I'm going to be the one to be able to bring the people and truly blend them. And what I mean by bring the people is when you get them to your wedding, if you want them to stay, you need them. You see all these faces? They're not in here right now.
I was a little bit nervous.
They're not in here right now. They're not in here right now. It's just you and this chair.
Now look at the lady to your left. Now look at the lady to your right.
She's not your friend right now. Acting like this is a fun game. But I want you to sit down so sexy that your new husband is going to want to climb all over you.
I don't know when I'm getting married, but
Don't
you know,
worry.
when the Lord bless me with someone who I need to be their real.
The father-daughter dance, to the mother-son dance, to the anniversary dance, to cutting of the cake, to the toast, everything is a presentation. And that's what
The
I
energy
do.
you give is the energy you receive. And just keep moving like this while I just kind of introduce the next one. Don't worry about that. I got you.
The wedding MC was great. We had great energy. I felt really comfortable, and it was a lot of fun.
Come on, I need that wedding party to get around there right quick.
The one thing I do is travel with a microphone. People say, when you go to work, what do you take in your toolkit? I take a microphone. I am Carl Mays, the wedding MC. So sit tight. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about soon.
Hype party of the year.
Even our photographer said it's the best MC he's ever seen. So it's been absolutely amazing.
I don't even like wedding.
Right, me either.
King
Outside of
MC.
that, that's right, John.
The king.
What up, y'all? We're back. The Wedding MC Experience. If you are just tuning in, guys, we appreciate you all for following the show. If you can, make sure you go to the Wedding MC Experience Facebook page and make sure you like that page. That's first. Secondly, on social media, especially Instagram, we want to make sure y'all follow us. We treated this like straight organic. We're not paying for views. We're not paying for support. We just want to be organic because we want people to just like it as is. And people are following the show, and it's absolutely wonderful. The Instagram is the Wedding MC XP. The Wedding MC XP. Make sure y'all follow it and definitely kind of keep up with some of what we do. We love to bring in different guests. We have a lot of entertainers that are coming through. We definitely going to have Junior on here soon from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. That's another friend of ours. And so he can talk about balance and being on a major show like that and trying to balance relationships as well. So you get to meet a lot of different people on this show and their perspectives as it relates to success.
Yeah.
Family, relationships, and definitely being financially savvy. So I want to make sure y'all continue to stay locked in, stay loaded on the Wedding MC Experience. And right now we're getting ready to do questions and margaritas. Normally it would be questions and answers, but we're going to give them questions and margaritas. And then we're going to answer a few things. Yes, I know you're saying, but then y'all just talk about
health and wellness and
well,
water.
guess what? My wife says what?
Guess what? I did my 64 ounces today, and I'm about to have this little margarita.
So if your
And
calories.
then I'm going, but wait a minute. My workout today, I burned 600 calories.
Hey, yes.
17 as a matter of fact.
Wow.
You know.
Booyaka. I'm always
Go,
doing
girl.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Winning.
It's always good. And
Yes.
and she's like, you know, baby, I'm not wasting my calories on BS, but if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have me a little drink. Because remember, my wife is an at-home mom. She's a mom of 2.5. I say I have because her stepson, my oldest son, is definitely her third son. And guess what? She like, look, I'm at home, and you don't have no idea. That's a job.
That's a whole job.
Yeah, and some people treat it like it ain't nothing. But boy, I say, hey,
Well, until they have to do that themselves.
right. And I always come home and say, "You good? You need anything?" And she goes,
Here.
right. So she hands them off. That's exactly what happens. She hands them off. So before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, cheers. Cheers, y'all.
Yes,
cheers.
yes,
Let's have us a little drink. So let's get ready to start off. So y'all, questions and margaritas work like this. We always give out the email, which is the
experience@gmail.com.
right, and we want you all to be able to email your questions, and we'll always pick through some to be able to address them on the next show. So we did get some questions that were different. I thought it was really nice. This first one is kind of funny. I don't know if I printed out the right one, babe. I think I printed out last week's. Remember that?
Oh.
God,
Yes,
yeah,
that
I sure
is.
did. So Zeke, do you have it in that Oh no,
File?
no. Look in the file. I don't know because I think I printed out the wrong one, but it's fine. If not, I think I remember the question. I think I remember because it was really weird. What was it about? It said
I don't know. You were coming up with it in little pieces of it was coming out.
when I was pulling
and
it.
I said I don't know if I heard that right, but I don't. I was
Yeah,
getting
when I
ready to
when I
answer.
read the question when I read
Oh.
it, yeah, Zeke said. Yeah, go ahead, say it. What is it? How? Okay, yeah, he's gonna put it up on the screen. So, because we want to make sure we do it. It was very unique. I thought it was. Well, I was like, baby, this one we're gonna use. I don't know who this person is. We always keep everybody anonymous. But for those that are watching right now, theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. You can email a question that you would want us to be able to kind of address on air. And it doesn't have to necessarily be about you. It can be something vicariously, through something you've experienced. So we just kind of grab the question. Is it up? Let's go. Let's see what it is. Here it goes. It says, scroll down. Okay. How would you handle catching your loved one in the act of cheating and you realize you still want the relationship?
Oh, wow.
I got to do a sound effect for that.
In the act.
Well, it says, how would you handle catching your loved one in the act of cheating? Now, I don't know how far that goes. Use your own
Right,
imagination. And you realize you still want the relationship.
Okay.
Y'all feel free to y'all feel free to be able to call the number. What's the number, babe?
936 585 Yeah, that
585-4627. Y'all make sure y'all give it a call. Call us if you want to be able to chime in on that. But I think it's very interesting. That's one of the questions somebody sent us. How would you handle cheating? Or how would you handle catching your loved one in the act of cheating and you realize you still want the relationship?
First thing I'm going to say is pray. You're going to have to pray on that one.
Yeah. Before you address it.
Before you address the whole situation.
And then after you
Yes.
pray, what should happen? Let me take me a drink on that one.
Ooh, that's a real, you must really love them. And let's be honest, we've all done things that other people would probably say, now that's just stupid. That's just crazy. But you're so in love with the person and you want to give them the benefit. And you're saying, you know what, we could work this out. So I'm not going to bash anybody and be like, that's just stupid, because that's a lie. Your heart, when you're in love, we do some stupid things. But sometimes, because you gave that person a second chance, it helps them to become a better individual.
That's what I was about to say. So, because there are some relationships. I've been on some relationship forums, and I remember this one couple that had been married 31 years, but they told us in year 6, how tumultuous it was, but they said it was the best thing that ever happened to them.
I agree.
Now, they didn't talk about to the extent of what the tumultuous thing was, but they said it was rough. It was a very, very difficult thing, and they didn't say it had something to do with cheating, but at the same time they got through it.
Right.
And yeah, it's a hard road back, but I always say, man, listen, anything worth fighting for, right?
That preach. Come on, hello.
Anything worth fighting for is something that can be great, because I always just think that it's part of the journey.
Anything worth having, I always tell people, is worth fighting for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
No. I mean, like I'll give you. I mean, let's move relationships out of the way,
Okay.
and let's talk about. I mean, you all, pushing the ages that y'all are pushing, and maintaining the beauty that y'all both have. I mean, at the end of the day, for some people out there, y'all make that look easy, but y'all have to be able to say
That's
to them,
hard. We still work.
it's hard work.
It's
right?
a lot of
But
work.
I'm saying it's the same thing when you think about marriage, and it's like this lady is saying that she caught him in the act of cheating, or him or her, in the act of cheating, but she still wants the relationship. She's hurt.
Yeah, she's
But she
hurt.
still wants the relationship. So that means somewhere along, in that way, it could be, processed differently. Like, man, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Or she could have the tenacity to say, this relationship has it's hopeful.
Well, is this along the lines of where they say, I have never been married, so let me ask you this. Is this along the lines where they say, till death do us part,
Right.
for rich or poor?
Right. Through sickness and health. Yep.
Sickness and health, are we talking about those lines, or are those lines so far crossed when that happens that you just totally rip up those vows?
Yeah, I think it depends on what was done and if you're married.
Okay.
If it's a relationship, and you're not engaged or anything, you have to really decide if this is what you want.
Right.
Because this person, why do they have to do something wrong in order for the relationship to become better?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I mean, well, everybody has growth spells.
Yes, and let me also point this out, and I'm going to put myself out there. I became such a workaholic at a certain time, and I'm still a workaholic
Right.
in progress. But being a workaholic, and as a woman, I was trying to prove to my mate at that time, you're not taking care of me. You don't have to take care of me. I'm going to show you I bring something to the table. Not realizing that they were asking for physical attention, right? And in my mind, okay, we did it once or twice a week. We're good. You're good. I'm working. You
Right.
see I'm making money. You should
Right.
be happy. You're proud of me. I just want you to be proud of me. But they were calling for that other attention, and I missed that. And so it caused them to go outside of our relationship and go find love somewhere else. And basically the relationship ended. So I had to stop and not say, but I work so hard and I'm so much of this type of woman, and then turn around and say to myself, but what did you do? Just like we talked about pointing the finger, what did you do to cause that person, because that person was a good person,
Right.
to cause that person to be interested in actually stepping out? And I can be honest with myself after going through counseling and say to myself, what did I do wrong? Oh, when they did ask me to spend romantic nights, to go out of town, instead of taking that extra party to host, or instead of taking that extra job, pushing that to the side and letting them feel that they were more important than that,
Right.
and that they were valued. I did
Right.
not make them feel valued.
Right.
So that was a hard learning
You know-
lesson.
love
right.
languages come into
Very
play
much
with
so.
this.
Yes.
Right.
Love languages, because that was
Key.
their top priority.
Very
was
much
that.
so.
And I forgot the 5 love languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Physical touch, quality
Yeah.
time. Yeah, we. I'm sure people. If you haven't read the 5 love languages, you definitely need to read them. But
I
it-
ask people that all the
but it-
time.
yeah, but
It's really important to know.
It is.
Yeah, because people get to know people on the surface, and then as the relationship evolves, if you don't know, what kind of makes that person tick, from that
Right.
standpoint, then you can kind of be misled and misread. I think that was great information you just gave. I think that for those that are kind of listening, if you weren't listening, definitely rewind that back and hear what she said, because I think she made a great point, and that's
Yeah.
good that you were vulnerable, just now being able to put that out there. But I think a lot of people felt that as well. What's that next question, Zeke? I want to make sure we get a chance to address this before we get out of here, because that's also very important. It was the second question in that same highlight you had. Yeah, in the same highlight. I want to make sure we get a chance to see it. Okay. So it says, after being married to my husband since we were 17 years of age, I realized that we are not compatible in our adult life after 17 years of marriage and 2 teenagers later. Ooh.
They grew in
grew
two
apart.
different,
They grew
different
apart.
directions.
Yeah,
and that happens.
Right. So yeah, when I read that earlier today, I thought that was the first thing I thought about. Here's the thing. I teach sociology during the week. For those that don't know, I'm a sociology professor. One of the things that I talk about is that you don't really become who you become until you're between the ages of 22 and 30, right? And but some people think that especially young people You know, when you talk about 17, 18 years old, I mean, the stuff that you like is, it's very surface. You're not even evolved into who you're going to become. So when you talk about two young people at 17 years old, they get married, and then they grow, and they're 17 years later. I mean, they're just 34, right? So now they're 34 years old. They got teenagers, and they realize that they're really not the people that they used to be, at that age. So taste buds have changed, all kinds of things, and a long way from who they were at 17.
Right.
So it's different if you marry at 35, 34, 40, or whatever the case may be. You're kind of settled in who you're going to be in their direction.
Right.
So you're going to evolve and you're going to change, but it's not going to be so massive like 17 and 34.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I read that, I was like, wow, it's an amazing thing, because I can see how they can be completely different.
Oh, absolutely.
The likeness, let's say one went to college, one didn't. One is attracted to, somebody who's very articulate. The other one is just really happy with just the way things are.
Settling.
Comfortable,
mediocre.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that and there may be people that are listening that this may be you, but the biggest thing is this. I always tell people, you're never supposed to stop growing.
Right.
You're supposed to die growing, right? And so, the word comfort does not exist. People make it exist. Right? And so when you talk about evolving, like, we have to continue to be able to evolve as a person. And I think about it often. I think, some of the things I say to Miss, I say funny stuff like, well, listen, man, if you ever get to a point where you stop liking me, just don't leave me. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all so adorable.
You know what I'm saying? Don't say stuff like that. I'm like, you still like me today? You know what I'm saying? You still love me? Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Just don't leave me. I have abandonment issues. I
think I do too.
That's knowing thyself, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so loyal and I'm so dedicated. When I buy in,
hello, Jesus,
I'm in there, right? Yeah, when I'm
all
in,
the
I'm
way
in.
All the
you know
way.
what I'm saying? But some people in like a college
got
class. I'm in on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12:30 to 1:30. But on Tuesday and Thursday, boy, look.
Trust me. I know how you, as a Scorpio, I am telling you.
Right.
As a Scorpio, when we pick what we pick, that's what we like. We don't see anything else. We don't want anything else. I just want you. And let's figure this out. Let's work it out. We're going to fight for it.
That's right.
But everybody doesn't work like that.
Everybody doesn't work like that. And that's what causes the deficiency of people not really knowing if they're getting the same reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're this lady and you're progressive and you got these businesses going on, you're out there getting it. From a technicality, that can be attractive to a man. You know what I'm saying? But there are some men, that now it's developing. Not only is it attractive now from his perspective, depending on who he is, it's also developing a reason for why he can probably step out.
Right. They start off attracted to it. They say, I want a boss lady. I want a queen that's doing her own thing. But they have no idea the sacrifices that are made to get there and stay there.
Wow.
A woman that is an alpha, that is reaching for her goals, never wants to settle. She always wants to grow. So I always tell people who I'm dating, either you can come with me or get out my way.
You can get left.
You
can ride or you can get left.
Period.
Listen, because the train is moving.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? The train is moving. You riding? If you ain't riding, step to the side.
I'm not listening to you.
You know what I'm saying? She like, look, because this train going to move whether you own it or not. I'm trying to let you get on. You got your ticket.
Period.
You ain't even have to pay for it.
Right?
Y'all, listen, man. It's the Wedding
God.
MC experience, y'all. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Missy.
That's right, y'all. And I guess Miss Edrina Newman.
Yeah.
She definitely is the masterpiece. Edrina, I want you to do me a favor. Give them all of your social media, how to be able to keep up with you, because we want to make sure people get in contact. Some that are local. I know there are people that are watching from around the world as well, but some of them that are local, if they need to kind of get with you and they probably want to, come to one of your sessions or something like that, let them know what they need to do.
You guys can contact me at Edrina, and let me spell it. It's Edrina Newman, Newman. You can hit me on any aspect. I mean, Instagram, Facebook. I am at 5,000 friends on Facebook, so you just gonna have to hit that like button and just follow. But it's not hard to find me. My 832-496-4290 is my cell. That is my office number, and I love what I do. So if you're looking to get in the best shape of your life, if you're looking to say, you know what, it's time for me to stop making excuses and get out there and just live my best life, contact me. I can help you.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. And in the future, we're gonna definitely make sure we get Edrina to get a promo vid together so we can run that joint on here so y'all can kind of be up on it, because what we're big supporters of our friends that are definitely doing things. I always say, man, listen, this is the era of being productive and progressive.
Absolutely.
And anybody that has a dream and that believes in what they're doing, we believe in it too. Because one thing I can say, if we see it, we believe it.
Yes. Thank you.
So once again, y'all, the Wedding MC experience, y'all. Listen, I want to make sure y'all get a chance. Zeke, put up them social medias, man. Let's tell them where they can actually be able to keep up with us. Y'all, we're on Spotify,
SoundCloud,
Anchor,
Breaker,
Radio Public,
Google Podcast,
yeah, Pocket Cast,
and Facebook live stream.
That's right. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock is when all of these will be available on all the platforms. Right now we're live on Facebook, but the big thing about it is at 7 p.m. tomorrow, exactly 24 hours from today, or 23 rather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 23 hours from tonight.
7
you all,
p.m.
yes.
Central Standard Time.
That's right. There you go. I'm with you.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to say that time zone. So we want y'all to make sure y'all get a chance in your cars. A lot of y'all listen to your phones, and some of you listen to podcasts, some of you listen to music, whatever. But make sure you go to one of those platforms. Make sure you subscribe to it. The channel is the channel is doing well on YouTube. If you get a chance, go to YouTube. We're gonna run it live on YouTube, and you want to make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Everything we're doing, we're growing it organically. We want to do it like that because we say if people genuinely like what we have to offer, then they'll be able to continue to follow and be a part of it. Y'all are our family. We tell y'all the Wedding MC experience. For those that don't know, I am a wedding MC. And I got a big wedding. Shout out to DJ High C and Ann and them. I'm doing their wedding on Sunday.
Yay!
Got a big wedding. I think they got H-Town performing. I think they got Kiki. It's a lot of fun happening. So y'all do me a favor. I'm gonna make sure we get some clips when we talk about that, because we're gonna have them back on the show as well and be able to talk some of that. Like, it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
So, and then I got a few more weddings. I got a lot of weddings coming up. Yeah, so we're going to have some fun with it. The good thing about it is eventually I'll be doing Drina's wedding, and we're going to make sure we have some fun with it. I'm going to claiming that. I don't know when that'll be, but I'm going to speak it into existence. Y'all make sure y'all hit this sister up. Make sure y'all stay locked. Edrina, Masterpiece Newman in the building, y'all. Once again, we are the Wedding MC Experience. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all, and we're going to see y'all on the next one. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do.
Do everything we would.
We'll holla.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Wedding MC Experience podcast. Join the king and queen next week, where they make you stop what you're doing and enjoy another unbelievable experience.